Hi folks. During my many visits to Japan, I am constantly in awe, amazed of the freedoms they enjoy that we used to enjoy but no longer enjoy. And one of them is private property. Yeah, we're the land of the free here in the United States, except if you think you own private property. You think you own private property in the United States? Try not paying your real estate tax. You'll see who owns your private property. But the worst part about that is, if I own a bar, if I own a restaurant in the United States, and almost all municipalities, guess what I can't do on my private property, my bar, my restaurant? Cannot smoke. No, nobody better smoke in there. Yeah, private property. The Hades, you say. Now listen to me, folks. I never smoked in my life. But other people smoke never bothered me. And if I want to eat at a restaurant that allows smoking and I don't like it, guess what? I don't go to that restaurant. That's known as the marketplace. The marketplace should dictate whether there's smoking or no smoking in private property establishments, not the government. But when I go to Japan, I've been to many restaurants where there was smoking allowed. Been to many stores where the smoking was allowed. I was even at a bar or two where smoking was allowed. Because it's private property. And the Japanese have respect for private property. But out on the public streets and in the parks, which belong to the government, well, really belongs to the people, but administered by the government, in many areas in Japan, you're not allowed to smoke outdoors on sidewalks and in the streets. And that's okay, because once again, it's owned by the government. It is not private property. So they commit those laws. And they have signs advising you, no smoking on the sidewalks. I like this word that's covered by a heart, because they try to be very gentle about it. Well, during these many visits and at the conferences I speak in Japan, I constantly implore the good people there, you need to guard Japan, Nihonkoku, against an invasion of liberalism from the United States. No matter how small it may be, if it came across the Pacific from the United States, block it, eliminate it, stop it, because American liberalism will ruin Japan as it's currently doing and did to these here United States of America. Now what am I talking about? The Ministry of Health in Japan is considering legislation in the Diet, their parliament, to prohibit smoking in its bars and in restaurants. Yeah, and the reason for that is they're succumbing to international pressure. International pressure? Wait a minute. If I'm living in Albania, if I'm living in Poland, if I'm living in Brazil, what do I care if you allow smoking in Japan? And if I am concerned about it, the Japanese should tell them, wait a minute, mind your own business. You concern yourself with Brazil, with Colombia, with Canada, with Albania, with Italy. You concern with Saudi Arabia. You concern yourselves with those countries. Don't concern about smoking in our country. But the Japanese are very concerned because of the coming Olympics in 2020. And so they're concerned about world opinion. If you allow this little bit of American liberalism to creep into your country for whatever reason, then there's another level, then there's another level. Your freedoms will slowly start deteriorating as they've been eliminated in this country, the United States. Those hate speech laws are really anti-free speech laws. Now, there's a little bit to this, more to this story. They're lessening the legislation by saying, however, if the restaurant or the bar is under a certain square footage, you don't have to comply with these laws. But the trick is, something like 90% of the restaurants and bars in specifically Tokyo are small and will not fall under this law. So that you can continue to smoke in these bars and restaurants because of the small size. So that's placating people on both sides, temporarily. Because as this goes on further, the people are going to say, wait a minute, there's still a lot of smoking going on here. Cut it out. Decrease the size, the exemption there. Do not fall victim to American liberalism and world pressure. What kind of nonsense is that? Okay, we're in front of Don Quixote, and we were just in the store, and there's a billion Chinese people in there. But if you aren't in there, you can tell they're there by this. Look. You won't see that anywhere else in Japan. Okay.
And there is a sign over there saying that you cannot smoke here.
Right.
And you get the 2,000 yen fine. They're smoking.
We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. And God bless our good friends and trusted allies in the land of the rising sun, Nihonkoku, Japan, a free nation, and please maintain it as such. See ya.